What You Don't See, the podcast. Yes, and we're super excited today because we have an amazing speaker and presenter. She's going to talk to us all things about working in predominantly male industries. And I say predominantly male because a lot of people say male dominated, but let's be real, they're just predominantly male. And some of the good things and bad things that happen in these industries. And so why don't you just share a little bit about what you're doing currently, and then maybe we can go into a little bit how it started, because I think you have some connection with her from the beginning.
I got to see some of it when she first tried her first podcast, and I was just, and then she tried it, something happened, and I'll let her talk about it, but then she came back with so much more, and that's when she is, and I've been admiring her since then.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you, ladies, for the invitation. It's an honor to have here in the same place, because I know each of you, like, kind of the history, and it's like power, energy. I can feel it. So thank you so much. And thank you, Magda. I remember we were at your studio.
Yes.
And we were doing this idea of the podcast. It was like kind of a boom back there, well, still, but it was like, okay, yeah, let's do it, Magda, please. And
How
yes,
did the idea come to
happens.
you? Start from the beginning of how that idea came to you.
From the podcast? Well, I think the podcast is a platform that you can have more interaction, more intimate. You know, that's what we want, like from an organization that I'm the founder. So we want to have more the connection with the public, and they can know every one of the builders that we have been on the organization, so they can feel we're not just money, you know, we're not just thinking about the money, we're thinking about our conversations with the families to how to structure the house, and then we feel like very emotional also with the family to have the house, the home, and get everything ready. That's something that touch, and some of the family, they don't know that, and that's what we wanted to like put it out there in the camera, like, hey, we are not just selling houses.
Right.
We're selling dreams. We're selling something more about the connections with the family. And that was the idea. The first idea, like, we're humans, we're builders. We want to show that feelings about the construction site.
Oh, that's neat. Okay.
Yes.
So I guess maybe describe what you do for a living, because I don't think we established that.
So I start, I'm a marketer.
Okay.
That's what I study. I was born here in San Juan, Texas, but I was raised on Monterrey. That's why my accent is very strong, and I like it, and I really like it. And well, I finished my career over there, marketing, and I was like, you know what? I want to do something else. I always have been loving sales. But I want something else. I want that connection, but I don't know what. And I love marketing. I know you love marketing, but I wanted something else. So I started helping builders here in the Valley, because they were like, well, I don't know anything about sales. I know how to do a house, but I need someone that can help me with my sales representative, but you can be like in the construction side, but in the sales. And I was like, I can do it.
So kind of like what Magda does with attorneys when she started OG Marketing, her specialty was marketing for specific attorneys, and those were her clients. Yeah. You did it as sales for construction builders or real estate?
More construction.
Okay.
It always was construction. That's how I start with some builders. And I was like, but you have any knowledge about construction? No, but I can do it. I can sell everything. Whatever you can put me, I can do it. So they were like, okay. And I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to start studying and checking out. And I remember one of the builders that I'm very glad that he made that to me. Like, he was like, I need you here every day, 7 a.m. because we're going to go around all the constructions that we're doing right now. If you're gonna sell something, a service, you need to know what you're selling. And I was like, well, that's true. So okay, let's do it. So that's how I initiate the passion about the construction. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Like it was totally different for me, and I was like, okay, I can sell, and I can do this, and I can do. What I'm gonna add, what is gonna be the different about a realtor, is knowing about the construction. That's the difference. And I was starting to prepare myself and checking out construction and elevations and the materials and when I met the families and the sales representatives, so we can show everything about the construction so they can decide. They were like, oh my God, you tell us everything, like elevations and the materials. And I'm like, I'm very like, oh yeah, I want to know more and more. And I was trying to tell all the families what I was learning. I was like very emotional, like, yeah, let's do it. So one of the things that I did is I can sell, for me, it's easy to sell something that is not there. I can create you in your memory and your mind like something amazing, and the family, they get like very passionate about that, And so that's how I start. And then, well, in matter ¿cómo se dice? De palabra en palabra, me estuvieron recomendando some of the builders, like, hey, this girl is like, she's moving and having a lot of sales, and builders, they share a lot of things, and so I was really, I had my really good years about the sales and construction and marketing. I combined everything. So it worked for me.
Congratulations.
It really worked for me, and I create New Home 956. That was my first baby on the field, and that's how I started. And
then what happened? Now let's get to the juicy
and
part.
then it comes the pandemia, right?
Yeah.
It started with 2020. And I have a lot of relation with different builders. So the builders, they start contacting me like, hey, how much is charging the other guy? Because I'm having trouble and los números no dan. Like, what I'm gonna do? Like, okay, let me check if I can share that information. But yes, let me check. So they start like calling me different builders, and I was like, you know what? We need a meeting. We need an emergency meeting, because there's so many out there. Like, you want to meet with other builders and see what's going to be the solution, because they were losing more than the 30% of the construction those days. And I was like, let's do something. Let's check out with the vendors. They would check with the suppliers and see how we can help each other. So that's how I start, and I saw the necessity, because it was a necessity for them. Builders that they have more than 20 years in the construction side, they were looking for me. I was like, come on, like, what can I do for you? But I didn't know that I have that connection that they didn't have. Or probably they have, because they know each other, but they were shy to get together, right? So I was like, okay, let's do it.
I think it's like our culture too here, that we don't ask for help.
Exactly.
We're like, we may be an expert in a business, but we have a tendency to be like, like, I'm going to keep that private, or I don't want to share. That, especially the older generations, I feel. The younger generations, like Leah, she shares everything, right? But not, she's not the norm, right?
True.
She's not the norm as a business owner.
I think the younger generation is leaning more towards like collaborative efforts, like let's connect, let's do these networking events, let's be the glue that like brings everybody together.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you're that for the builders.
And I'm really, that person that they know me, I'm willing to help. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Me emociono. Let's do it. And they start everything like, oh yeah, let's do a meeting. Yeah, let's do a meeting. So the meeting was amazing. I had like 7 or 8 builders on that day, and then let's meet next week. It was double, and then let's meet next week. And it was triple, and I was like, I remember that Norma and Omar Guevara from the Radisson. I was like, girl, I need one of your spaces, small spaces. Just give me. Yeah, of course, my friend, get it. I went, okay. On the 3rd, 4th week, almost a month, we couldn't fit anymore.
Wow.
On the McAllen, we need to move. And I was like, who invite them? who invited them?
Wow.
Yes, because they were like, yo,
That is so
perdí el control. I was like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do with all this? We almost had like more than 50 builders.
Wow.
It was a concern. It
amazing.
was a concern that what's going to happen with all the materials. The lumber was going up like crazy. So many demands. We need an attorney. We need so many like how do you say, like mentors, so we can be getting of all those doubts, you know. So well, that what happened. So we start with all the builders getting organized, and I remember I talked with one of my best friends, my brother Emilio Santos, and I was like, you know what, I think I can do an organization. Like, I don't know, ¿en qué me voy a meter? Because I know there's another organization that has done more than 30 years in the business, but why they're not here? Why the builders, they don't have the confidence to go over there and, hey, we need like a meeting, right, with all the builders. Why they came to me? Like, I don't know. This is something that I need to do. So that's how I start my first organization, that is South Texas Builders Alliance.
Wow.
And I give them the voice. I give them the space.
Did you become the executive
wanna-
director
I
of the organization?
became exactly the executive director.
And you got a board.
I had a board, all builders, because for me was the best thing, the options, like who's gonna be the best for managing everything of the issues of the builders. It's gonna be the lender. It's not gonna be other from the realtor. No, builders, they have a voice, you know. So I was like, yes, we need an organization. So that's how it started. And it
Wow.
goes really, really amazing.
Wow.
So about how many members do you think you had, like within the first year?
When I was there in the first year, more than 100.
Wow.
That's pretty
I didn't
good
even
for a
know that
new
there's that many
organization.
builders.
Yeah, you
I didn't even
always
know that there's that
did.
many builders.
In the valley, because I made my list, in that time, there were more than 600 builders
Yeah.
in all the valley. And I was like, where are they? Where are
It's just
they?
that some people do little things. Some people have one or two
Exactly.
projects, but they still have a construction company. Some people do bigger. Some people only do residential. Some people do commercial. Some people do
Exactly,
industrial.
because in my
Yeah.
small world, it was all about residential.
Yeah.
I never got involved in commercial. And I was like, where are they? Like, and then I started meeting more and more. And some of the realtors, they were also builders. Or some of the lenders, they were also builders. They have like half. So yeah, that's why we have that amount of builders.
So Magda, you were talking a little bit before you got in, right? Because we were talking about you. Before you got in, she was mentioning something about the podcast, and that you tell me your version of what you saw happen to her with the podcast.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because
Okay.
I've never asked you, if,
No.
but this is what I saw.
Yeah.
Is she walked in, you know, she called me, she wanted to do a podcast with some of the builders. And just I've been in that scenario where I've worked in a man's world, and Leah's a witness of what I've gone through with men. Watching you there, I'm like, I hope they're good to her, right? Because you were doing so much for them.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, I see them doing them by themselves, and you're not doing it anymore.
Yes.
And I'm like, typical Valley, right? This is a typical Valley because it's happened to me. They try to push you, and then you're a woman. It's intimidating for them.
They
right?
use you,
They use you,
and then they discard you.
exactly.
Yeah.
But then, you didn't not lose a beat. You went from that to she is. And I remember you talking about getting a place with Norma and doing your events there. We had that conversation. So watching you from the start, getting there, and then seeing them move forward with it without you, but then I never heard anything negative. You just turned around, she is, and before I knew it, you had this amazing event with over, Jesus, I don't know, 200-300 people.
Yes.
Yeah, and I admire that so much.
Well, and that's what I think is super important about this podcast that we want people to take from it is you started an organization, you brought the idea to fruition, created a nonprofit, and then that nonprofit got taken away from you
Yes.
after you built it into a great marketing platform through podcasting.
Exactly.
And then
I don't know any of this. What got taken away?
Okay, so why don't you share a little bit about that? And
Unless
then
you're
we'll
not
go into
comfortable, you don't have to.
Well,
we can talk about it after the podcast.
I had my own content in the past,
Oh, okay.
and we already exposed that, so I don't have any problem of that. I'm not lying, right? So, what happened?
What was
is,
the name of the podcast?
The podcast, well, when era el de que salía con Monse, con Mona y con Priscilla.
Oh, that was the first one. I was talking about the second one.
The second
oh,
one.
the
Yeah.
construction one.
Yeah, the one construction, it was SDBA podcast.
Yeah.
That was the name.
South Texas Builders
Alliance.
podcast.
But she
Okay.
did start with another, a female version.
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about right
No,
now.
no,
We're
no.
talking about the one with men.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So what happened is, I don't know, I was very passionate about, because that's what I do in every single thing that I do, right? Every business, every organization. And I was like, that's it. I put behind my business that was New Home 956 in that moment. And they offered me the board, like, hey, you need to be the executive because you were the one that did this. And I was like, you know what? Yes, let's do it. And I was having a salary and, you know, what it is. We wanted to do the things correctly. And I start doing everything, but like, well, I have been in many boards, and in every single board there's something.
Always.
Always.
It's never perfect.
Never. And I was like, okay, I feel that I have been working with men all my life, and I was, yeah, I can do this, I can control this, because something that I can tell that to be in a man field is sentirte sometimes exposure, sometimes they feel because they can call you, they can, ¿cómo lo puedo decir?
Dilo en español.
Se pueden sobrepasar contigo, ¿sí?
Oh.
Pueden pasar esa línea.
Always.
Yo soy una
Cross
persona,
the line.
Yeah.
yo soy una persona muy seria. Soy una persona que me doy siempre en todos los ámbitos mucho a respetar. Y lo estaba viendo que cada vez tomaban un poquito más de confianza, receiving calls maybe 3, 4 a.m.
Nope.
Message, and I was like, you know what, I need to be more smart than them. So at the next day, when I got to this guy that I received the messages, I was like, hey, I received a call from you.
Oh, calling him
Probably-
out.
I
probably-
love that.
I love
You were, I
that.
don't know, you were confusing a person, Priscilla. I know that I'm not the only one, Priscilla, but I forgot you. I forgot you because I know, like, oh my God, Priscilla, no, you're right. No, it was another Priscilla. It was another.
In front
I
of
had
other
never
In front of
remembered.
their. Oh.
So
Yeah.
tip number 1 for girls, it's a great tip if you're feeling like somebody's crossing the line.
Yeah.
This is
Don't
a
get
massive
mad.
tip.
Don't get mad because they enjoy
Yeah.
when
Yes.
you get mad.
Yeah.
They like, oh yeah, I got her. No, you didn't got me.
Yeah. No.
No,
I
you
see
didn't
a
got
lot of similarities between you in the legal field
What I went through, because you know a lot of
and
it.
you in
Yeah.
the builders field. Like, I feel like there's so much similarities here, and what y'all have had to struggle with, especially when the men become brazen and they cross that line.
me. Exactly.
Yes, I always, my approach was, I would ignore them, and my thing was, okay, I'm not gonna reply. I'm not gonna go along with what they're saying. I'm just gonna
Of course not.
leave them on red.
Exactly.
Now, the next day when I see them, if they still want to work with me, they're there. Sometimes they would, okay, just cancel the meeting, or sometimes I got more respect from them.
Yep.
So it was, you
They
know what?
realized.
Eventually I was gonna lose you, right?
Yeah.
Even working with a campaign, I work amongst a lot of men. There's been situations where the same thing, and I I will call them out in front of everybody. I have no shame.
Yes.
Like I will call them out, make them feel really stupid,
Exactly.
and then after that, they leave me alone.
And they respect you.
And they respect me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would change because siempre en español, ¿verdad? Se dice en México, siempre se ha dicho esa frase, la mujer, el hombre llega hasta donde la mujer se deja,
And it's
¿verdad? Hasta donde la mujer permite.
Say that in English, Leah.
The woman, the man will permit, or say it again, say it one more time.
El hombre, se me fue. El hombre llega hasta donde la mujer permite.
The man will only go to where the woman allows him.
Exactly. And I can tell it is true.
It is true.
It is true.
So you have to have those strong
yeah,
boundaries,
you can
otherwise
be-
they will.
Yes, you can be nice, you can be, no vas a perder esa amabilidad, you're not gonna get mad, you just like, no me mueves,
Yeah.
you're not more powerful than me,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna move me on my zen, right? So that's what I did. So it started like little things, and when you're the executive director from an organization, you receive all comments from each of your board, from the members, quejas, cosas buenas, pero more quejas, and I was like complaining, I was like, and I have a meeting, I remember having a meeting with them, with the board, and I was like, you know what, I'm tired of listening that some of you guys, some of the members, they're not doing good out there. Se están robando dinero de familias. They're doing this and this and that. And I'm not going to permit this.
That's good.
I'm not going to permit it because we're supposed to be an organization to help each other.
build each other up.
Right? And suppose that you are the heads of the builders and they need to do things right. You cannot be in a suit. You cannot be in mouth of the family like, oh no, me robó 5,000 y no me dio 10,000 y I was like, oh my God, this is not what I create. To be having a phone 24/7 like, oiga, tal builder pues no me quiso regresar mi dinero from the materials. Hey, oiga, no ha pagado. Like, okay, that's not my job.
From other builders or from the families?
From the builders.
Oh.
From the builders.
They were the ones saying this builder stole money from me or they stole money from me.
No, the vendors, they were calling me, or the families, they were calling me.
And saying this builder, okay.
This builder and this builder.
Builders were
and
being
this
shady.
builder. Exactly.
And it's not your job to be their mom.
Of course not.
And to be like
Like,
I
we
feel
were
like a lot of people go to the woman to let you know what I mean? Like, that's not your job. Like, they
not
need
my
to be
job.
ethical on their own.
So I come from them, right? A mi modo, como soy, directa, al punto, and they didn't like it. That's the truth. They didn't like it. They didn't like, how? ¿Cómo te atreves? Right? And that's when everything turns like in a bad way. They were doing things, me
Drops the
hacían
names.
la vida de cuadritos. They put me to work like crazy, getting me so many things to do, and you need to have this ready, and you need to, and I was like, I was suffering. I was like in a really bad, like worry and crying and all the stress, and I got to like very bad stress. I remember one of the first one gala that I made, that was the casino night. When we finished the casino night, I got to the hospital.
Wow.
I went to the hospital. I was very stressed. And my partner, my boyfriend was like, hey, be careful, because first is your life,
Yeah.
right? Everybody knew that I have a kidney transplant. So the stress was like getting there. So that what happened. And they make the decision, they made a board meeting. They removed some of the board meetings members that they knew that they would have always been on my back. You know, they support me. They did some movements so they can say goodbye to the organization, so they can have the number of the votes, so they can remove me from the board, from the organization. I was devastated, really.
And you created it.
I
Like
did.
you were the creator
Yeah.
of it.
You know, I think this is a really important topic. We can do this on another podcast, but board service is a very important discussion, because we have a lot of different organizations here, and there's a lot of that where people end up with so much power that they feel that they have control, and then they become manipulative to the negative, instead of coming into an organization to serve from the bottom of your heart, you know? And I'm
Exactly.
sorry that happened to you.
It was kind of sad. I was like, I didn't want to know nothing about nobody, no construction, no. I was like, I'm gonna change the field. Así, como si hubiera cortado con un novio que amaba con todo el alma.
It feels
like,
the same.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
breakup.
like-
It's a heartbreak.
It was your baby.
Yeah. And well, I talked to a good friend of mine, that is Marie Salazar.
Oh, yeah,
Mary,
I love
oh
Marie.
my God, I love her with
Yeah.
all my heart, because I have her in the organization like a mentor. So obviously she saw everything what happened, and she was like, "Hey girl, don't make them win. Don't make them win. Like
Oh, I'm getting
you
goosebumps.
have so much power. Like you create something that you never imagined.
Mhm.
Like this goal, like wow, in our industry, you can do it again. But now, what would happen to you? Like now, you need to speak from like a voice from desde un respectivo de una mujer.
Mhm.
Because what happened to you, it happens to many women from different fields. You're not the only one out there. But you have the power to speak from us. Like, this is what happened. We need to get together, right? Because one of the things too, I wanted to create an STBA women. And they love. And we were like, come on. Women, they don't know about the construction side. I was like, so what I'm doing here? I know about the construction side. Why are you telling that we don't know? No, you're different. You're different. Like, no. There's so many women out there that they are in the field. They are engineers, they're architects. There's so many that they have that power to do whatever, right? They need. So they have, and I was like, there were so many red flags already. So I was like, when I talked to Marie, I was like, you know what? Let's do it, Marie. But I need your help. I'm not gonna be able to do it like by myself. I need to do it with you. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Oh.
So that's how we create and we initiate She Is.
How did you come up with the name?
Well, I'm a marketer, so
Okay.
I started doing the logo. That was the first, and I was like, I want something that mentions every single field. Architecture, engineer, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I want something very simple. She is landscaper,
Architect,
she is engineer, she is, and so mention every single of everything what we can do. And plus, in the middle of the logo, you can say, and she is powerful, and she's inspiring, and she's blah, blah, what women we do. It's not all about the money. It's not about we are moms, we are girlfriends, we friends, moms, whatever. So, yes, that's how we create She Is.
Wow.
It's a
And so
beautiful
She Is an
story.
organization for all women in the field.
All about
Architects,
construction and real estate.
engineers, landscape, realtors,
Everything.
broker, like all aspects. That's so cool.
And our first event that was on March 8th, like almost
it's like
2 or 3 years ago.
International Women's Day, right?
Yes.
Yes, I was out of
So
town
it
that
was
day.
very emotional. It was very emotional because we opened mic to all the tenants, and they were speaking like, oh my God, this happened to me, and this happened to me. And I was like, oh my God, Marie, can you see that? what has been creating. They're like, oh, girl, you cannot imagine out there. We can do more and more for them. And yes, we are very happy. We have been making so many things for women. Now we open, because we initiated just like a group. It was not even an organization. It was just like a group to have a space to speak loud there, women in our field, our industry, and so you can be helping each other del corazón, realmente, right? Because we're women. We know how it's out there, right?
Yeah.
Not always is very bonito. No siempre está padre. Y a veces digo, ay,
Hasta entre
why?
mujeres.
Sí, why?
Because we have it both. We have the men, and then we have the women. So we have, from each side, we get attacked.
And it's really funny because men don't have that. Men
don't have
support men above anything else.
Algo
And
que
women
yo-
don't support women.
Algo que yo
above.
les puedo decir, que yo sí admiro de ellos, they still together. Men, they like work together, they sit down, they do the business, and they do it. Why we cannot do the same?
No, you hear things and people making negative comments about associations and being like, okay, I'm out of here. Well, it's a female organization. Help it. You know what I mean? Like, help each other. It's very true. Very true.
And something that I want to tell that no quedó ningún rencor contra ellos. Ellos sabrán por qué hicieron las cosas así. Me dolió en el alma, sí. Pero algo que lo repito es que siguen haciendo las cosas. Creé algo, se quedó en legado y seguirá en legado. Me da mucho gusto que le está yendo muy bien. De hecho, supe que ya cambiaron su nombre because they're coming national. That's good.
Wow.
That's good. Like, les aplaudo, sí. Eso, ¿lo que hicieron conmigo? No. Pero de que están haciendo las cosas y que se están moviendo y que lo están haciendo, yeah, they're doing it.
Yeah.
That's good. Si yo tuve que ir camino, abrir camino e irme, porque it was not my time, and it was not my ambiente, that's good. Doesn't matter. Mientras que yo me quedo orgullosa de decir,
You started
abrí, lo inicié y they're doing good. Me hubiera dado más coraje si lo hubieran arrumbado el
Yes,
proyecto. But they're doing good. So I'm glad. I'm very glad for them.
Oh.
Are you
I love
friends
it.
with them now?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yo no tengo ningún problema con ninguno. Los veo, los saludo. Tengo mucha educación. No les deseo ningún mal. So, good.
I love that you're not
Yeah,
bitter.
I like that you're not bitter and you're not like working to like bring them down. You're like I'm busy doing my own thing now, and like good luck to you. Wish you the best. Pivot to something else.
And
at
that's
the
what
end
they
of the
need to
day,
do
you're
during the
blessed.
holidays.
You're blessed because you were able to create something where you feel more at home, more at ease, and you're more in love with. You're
And
more
I
passionate.
respect, no se volvieron a meter conmigo. They know what I'm doing. They respect. I have talked with different people and they have been talking to them and they speak really good about me. So I was like, okay, so let's do it like this.
And I love that you still bring men into the association. Because
Yes.
I know at your last conference, you had a panelists, and the panelists were all men.
Yes.
And it was talking about men who support women.
You were
in the
our moderator.
industries. Yes. It was a great,
Amazing.
great panelist.
Exactly, because I was in Leadership McAllen class this year, class 44, and one of the, los que estuvieron ahí hablando era mi compadrito Pepe Cabeza de Vaca. And he was like, oh, well, I know some of the people here that they have been making some organizations, blah, blah, blah. And he mentions the other organization. He didn't mention she is. And I was like, she is. And ya, se acabó. No dijo nada. Y he was like, what are you talking about? What is that? And I was like, come on, she is. I have like more than a year with the Organization of Women in Construction Real Estate. Have you invited me? And I was like, no. No, because it's for women. Pues sí. But you need that community.
Yeah.
You need the whole community. You cannot focus only for women. I was like, you know what? That's true. And I talked to Marie, hey, this happened to me. And I was like, yeah, I think you're true. Like, nos enfocamos tanto en la mujer that most of the people, they were telling like, oh, they're feministas, no quieren a los hombres. I'm like, no, not like that. We were trying to create just a space for women. But we never thought like, man, they were, oh, no, es que esta, después de todo lo que le hicieron, quedó odiada por los hombres. Like, claro que no. Claro que no. Pero I never think of that like that. So yes, our opportunity was, she is university too. This is a space like feeling like you come back to college and have your classes. You can select and choose what is going to be the topic that's going to get you. We have 3 different rooms and with all excellence, moderators and guest speakers, and everything is perfect. I love it. I love that event. This is the 2nd year that we made it on the Mission Event Center, and we integrate men, and it was amazing. It changed everything. Not because men, they're better than women. It's not like that. It's because we need to create una armonización between men and women.
You created unity and you harmonized.
Exactly. And man, there were like, your husband was there. Mm-hmm. He was invited for the mayors.
Yeah.
Because I have the mayor, all the mayors being chiflados. I'm sorry, mayors, but it was true. They were. I have a really good moderator that day, and they were so happy. They didn't want to cut the conference. Wow. Everyone want to be there with the mayors, and the mayors had a really good time. Mm-hmm. All of them, all the guest speakers, all the moderators, all our keynotes, they were happy. Because it's different. It's a different kind of event.
And they're still talking about it. I just sat with Ramiro Garza yesterday, and he brought it up.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
they're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's amazing.
He do amazing in our community.
Yes.
Well, you got asked to do something else right after that conference. Like they asked you to put on some luncheon or something, like 30 days later, and you put something huge together. Because they wanted to do it again, like do a different type of presentation, and they wanted your people, your association to be involved with that and head it off.
Exactly. So we have been, I can tell I'm good in doing events. I love logistics. I love doing, but I'm not good in the microphone. I'm here because the pocket is different. I feel different. But the one on the microphone is Marie. She took the microphone and like, oh my God, girl, how you do it? Like,
you're like me, I can't do the microphone.
She has that energy, and she doesn't even take coffee. Like, I don't know how he
She's related to them. Aren't you related to Marie?
No.
Omar is related to Marie.
It from his dad.
His dad's side.
His dad's
yes.
side.
Yeah. Interesting.
No, she's amazing. So we do a really good, ella y yo hemos hecho muchas cosas. We have so many dreams so we can bring out to our community, and she do amazing what she do. I do what I can do, and that's how is the plan for future events.
Love it.
That was a really good story. It's a really good feel-good story.
I should get a book, really. I have, oh my God, de todo me ha pasado.
You should write a book. You should look into it. Yes.
Sí.
Yes, you should. I really love this. I really love the presentation. I liked how strong you are and how you prevailed, and that you were not bitter, that there was no drama. You didn't bring drama to the table. You didn't bring drama to your social media. You didn't create poor me syndrome. You were sad, you were hurt, and then you said, you know what? I have this passion. I still want to do it. And there's a place for me in this field, and you found it and you built it. That should inspire everybody who's listening to know that it doesn't matter what's happened to you in the moment. Something bigger and better could be waiting out there for you. Totally. It's all in your mindset.
Totally. It was not the place for me. It was not the place for me, but I'm very grateful because I can see my potential there.
Did I hear right that you're doing something in Houston?
In Houston.
That you're gonna.
Maybe. I have so many,
Oh my God, I'm so
right now,
excited.
ladies, I can tell I'm very focused on my health because I'm passing for some situation and I'm on a break right now. But after that, oh my goodness. If I don't have the health and I have the energy, I cannot imagine having everything good and have the energy back. So yes, I want to do so many things for my community. Even if I didn't grow up here in the valley, I consider myself now in the valley because I talk with my friend from Monterrey, like, come on, you don't look like Monterrey anymore. Like, you're totally from there. Like, really? Yeah. Oh,
956.
yeah, I'm a valley girl now, and I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud. But yes, there's something good things that they're coming, and I want also my girls here from the valley so they can have the connections over there. Houston, San Antonio, we're very close. Now I'm traveling more over there, and it's like we are very close, and it's a monster over there that we can do something here. We need that mindset here. We need to change things, and yeah, I think I can be part of that.
Well, we're really proud of your voice, and we want to say thank you for coming on our podcast today.
Thank you.
It's meant a lot for you to share, especially when it's really personal to you, but that you were still very open to share with us. We really appreciate you today. Thank you so much for listening to season 2 of What You Don't See, the podcast. Thanks, guys.